Dog ate my homework. Dog ate my knitting. I lost my mojo. I had a crook neck. I don't have a dog. Hey Siri, what's a good reason for not doing my homework?
Okay, I found this on the web for what's a good reason for not doing my homework. Check it out.
Just tell me. My computer crashed. I've been busy with extracurricular activities and volunteering work outside of school. It's all shizer. Hi guys, it's Ayshxo. Welcome back. Yes, it's been a while. As the song says, it's been a while. Where have I been? One part laziness. I did lose my mojo for a while. I actually hurt my wrist and I couldn't actually use it. Like I was probably knitting, say, a line of socks, just one line. And then I hurt my neck. I did lose my mojo, then I got my mojo back, and now this hand is hurting. But nevertheless, I'm here and welcome. I think I'm going to split this video into two parts and maybe a third. The third one is up to you guys. So the first part will be knitting. The second one will be, I've been doing a bit of crochet, so I thought I'll do that into a separate one just in case you're not interested in the crochet and not let the video go too long. And the third one, if you guys are interested, you could, so please leave a comment below and I'll show you all my ridiculous purchases for the last few months. I've got the hiccups. I haven't got any water with me. Anyway, let's just go ahead. Okay, so I want to thank you all for staying after that, and I want to thank you all if you're coming for the first time. Thank you, and if you've returned, of course, thank you very much. The fact that you guys come back and spend a bit of your time with me is unbelievably appreciated. I know I don't post regularly, but then again, at least I'm not posting too much is what I'm saying. So maybe subscribe, hit the notification bell because I do post so sporadically. At least you'll get a notification that I have uploaded something. So yay, I've uploaded. So today I've got quite a few finishes. I just realised I've got one item that I haven't got. Maybe I'll show you to you next time because whatever. Okay, so I've got quite a few sock finishes and I've got a shawl finish as well. I know, something different. The first pair of socks that I finished are my, I call them my Mr. Whippy socks because they are made with the ice cream truck colourway from Fleechy from Knit Picks, and the toes and heels are done with squiggle yarn in her colourway Marie. All my stuff, all the needle sizes, yarns, that sort of stuff are all on my project pages, but I tend to knit my socks on 1.75mm needles, and I tend to knit them 2 at a time because it just makes life easier. I will show you the next pair of socks. You'll see why I do my knit my socks 2 at a time. So I finished those, which I'm happy about. The next pair of socks I finished are a pair of socks that I started a long time ago. Now, I started using these, I started knitting these with 9mm Chowgu needles. They could be 1.75 or 2mm, I can't remember. But I have finished them. The colourway is Neon Pop by Yarn Inc. On Etsy. So the last time you saw it, it was there and I was knitting them top down, which again is different for me because I usually do it toe up. But I've recently, did I do these toe up or top down? Maybe I did do these toe up. Can't remember. But as you can see, there's something weird about them. because I did do them one at a time. I did give up on the needles. Oh no, I did do them top down. And I did a fish lips kiss heel. I do 56 stitches, but I increase around here to about 60. No, I actually just increased the heel side by an extra, so it's 28. I usually increase to 32 for the heel, and I complete the heel and then I reduce back again. I started these on 9mm needles and I finished them off in DPNs, but as you can see they're a bit wonky, and so while this one is striping, this has had some colour flashing, and this is what happens when I don't knit 2 at a time socks. Just put them there and you will see this is how different my gauge is. Same amount of stitches, same needles, same amount of rows. Do I mind? Yes. Am I going to do anything about it? No, I'm not. So that's the second pair of socks that I've completed, and all the ends have been sewn in. Okay, the next pair of socks I've completed are a pair of socks that I call my Fahrenheit 451 socks. Oops, I forgot to, I just turned the light off. And I called them the Fahrenheit 451 socks because Ray Bradbury's book is one of my favourite books. And I thought that the design here looks kind of like some flames. The socket design, this design here is from a pattern called Leafline. I'm sorry, but I don't remember the designer, and I just added it to my normal toe-up sock. The yarn is Knit Picks Felici in the colourway Golden Hour, and the toes and heels and cuffs are just a red and an orange from Miss Click Clack. So yeah, I'm happy with those. I love the colour. How awesome is that going to be to wear next winter? Although it's still cold here at the moment, so I could probably still wear it. I have no idea where I'm supposed to look when I'm filming on the iPad, but there you go. And sock pair number 4 is my Ray of Sunshine socks. I started these in December last year, and I don't know why I didn't finish them. But here they are. Oh, these sock blockers I just got from the Bendigo Sheep Show. I don't even know the vendor's name. I don't even think they had a name, but it was like, maybe it was a Wood Turners Association. The yarn is Squiggle yarn. Squiggle & Co. in the colourway Ray of Sunshine. And this is Saltwater yarns in the colourway Loggerhead Turtle. Again, toe up, and all I did was, I have no idea what this is, but I'll have to cut it off. And I just did a bit of design here, just did 13 stitches, and the other side is just plain, so it just goes on one side. It was, not that it matters because it's been so long, but that's where I was the last time I spoke to you guys. So I just love them. I love the colourway. If you guys could see how the mountain of things that I've got this iPad on. I did buy an iPad tripod, but it's sort of like this. It's really sad. And then it's top heavy, so it goes like this. So it's just tiggering on stuff. So that's sock number 4. I can wear these now. Well, actually, I still have to take photos, but exciting! Now, I don't know if I've shown these socks because it's been so long, so I'm not putting them on sock blockers, but I'll show them to you anyway, just in case you're wondering. These are probably going to make some people's eyes twitch, but these are matching colourway. It's called Trying My Patience, which is a reference to Firefly. And again, normal, and all I did was do some 4x2, I think it was, 4x4 ribbing. They look nice and skinny, and I love I love it how it mismatches. It's so cool. Of course, I've got enough yarn to make another pair, but we'll see. And I didn't worry about doing heels and toes. I just want to use as much of the yarn as I could. I love this yarn. The yarn is from Crazy Dog Yarns on Etsy in Canada. And yeah, I just love them. Of course, I dropped the other one. So that's sock number 5. That's if I haven't shown it to you. And sock number 6, I started these maybe 2 years ago, maybe last year. I have no idea. And I don't know why it took me so long. Probably because it is patterned. The pattern is called Baskervilles, and all I did was use the paw print. It's a reference to Sherlock Holmes, and I wanted to do that design because the yarn is Baker Street from Felici Knit Picks, and these socks and these socks. This is a knit pick. That's a short row heel, so that's fish lips. But these and these I did in a fleagle heel, and I'll just show you that. Maybe you can see this one. So with a fleagle heel, it's like a gusseted heel, but you do it from the toe up. You don't have to pick up any stitches, which is awesome. And then, so you increase, and then you start decreasing. And so you get that triangle for the heel at the back. And I really like it because if you've got a high instep, like this bit here, it just really helps with that if you love to knit toe up socks. Of course, it doesn't look as pretty as short row heels, but so that's that. And the red is Miss Click Clack as well. I chose red because, again, reference to Sherlock Holmes, Study in Scarlet. So that's what I did. And I don't know if you can see the design of the Baskervilles. But, sorry, my TV went dark, so I just had to look away, but they're paws of the Hound of Baskervilles. So that's that. The other item I've finished, but I haven't sewn in the ends yet. By the way, can I tell you, ever since I started crocheting a bit more, I've sort of made friends with sewing in ends because you seem to do it more often. Yes, it's a bit easier, but I've just accepted it. So this is the Limpy Shawl. Again, I can't remember the designer's name because I decided to do this at the last minute and I didn't bring my notebook with me. She says, so this is a Limpy Shawl. The yarn I used was a brown white cum wool in an 8-ply and the natural one in an 8-ply. And this blue is Baltic from Madtosh. So it's a fairly longish shawl and it finishes off with picot, which I love. And I think I am going to, I'm thinking of just ironing it like a wet iron, is that steam blocking, and be done with it. So the shawl, do you know I haven't even worn this yet? It just goes like that, so it's just going to be nice and warm, and of course it needs a bit of a stretch, but I just love it. I suppose I don't want to say, it's not dull, it's a tan colour for me. I'm not used to using these sorts of colours. I'm used to using like that sort of colour, all those brights, but I really like it, and probably means it's going to be a bit more wearable as well. But I love it. So I had barely started this last time I showed you guys, and that's probably a reflection of how long it's been since I've spoken to you. So you can see the little dog there, and yeah, it's finally finished. It's a quick knit. I love it. I love the little lace work as well. Would I make it again? No, because I've got 10,000 patterns in my library. You know how it is, you see it, it's like 40% off, and then you buy it. But this pattern is actually a free pattern. I didn't use all my yarn. So if you want to look how far I got with the 3 different colours to see if you've got enough of maybe even leftovers, just go into my Ravelry page and you'll see them there. But I love that. How good is that? Oh, I love that blue. It doesn't show up. Shows up better there. But loving it. As they say, no, I'm not advertising fast food, but I am loving it. And I'll just chuck that there. Okay, and then now I've got an almost finish. This is my Hufflepuff Cow. It's basically, what's the word, an infinity scarf. I am not going to wear it like this. I actually intend to crochet it together so it's thinner. But, because what I did was a provisional cast on, I think that the pattern's called Lacy Cow by Bellissimo. So I did a provisional cast on so that I didn't have any ends, and I kitchened all well and good, but what I should have done was join them together inside out and then kitchener. I didn't think of that. So this has been just sitting there waiting for some love till I work out what's the least amount of work that I can do to wear it. The yarn that I'm using is Elena, which is sort of like a cotton, maybe it's a cotton acrylic mix, but some people say it's my Richmond scarf, but I don't barrack for Richmond, Richmond is a footy team here in Australia. But yeah, so I just, again, Fibonacci sequence if you've followed me long enough, but it's so warm. I love it. I love it so much. And I'm thinking of just getting a Hogwarts or a Hufflepuff patch. And yeah, it'll be done. I'm so excited about this one. I just love it. And then when people say it's Richmond, I go, no, potato. Just referring to how what people call us Hufflepuffs. Say that we're a bit slow. We're not slow, we're loyal and trustworthy. And so, and I don't have many whips on my needles in a sense that are active whips on my needles at the moment. I've got, can I show you? I'll show you this first. This is the Chevron shawl by Amber O'Brien. So I'm just got it in my Bitten by the Bug bag, the bottle bag. I love it. I learned all this, but I thought I'm just going to buy it because seriously, by the time I actually make it, it's not going to happen. So the yarn that I'm using is Lothlorien by, see, this is why I don't film at night and this is why I never record, by Lanitim Ex Machina. I love that colourway. And when I went to, so the wool gathering retreat here in Australia was cancelled due to illness. So my friends and I decided to go, because we had already organised the days off, that we went to Dalesford and we stayed there and we did some shopping. We went up to Zigazago and I saw that she had this yarn. Now the inside is more brighter than the outside, but I thought this would go well with that. It's a lovely mohair. Oh, love it. And I didn't want to buy any mohair that I hadn't felt because I needed to do this and just keep it there for a while and see if it itched, that sort of stuff. So I've barely started and I'm using the hook, the needle that is recommended. So barely started, I think it's like 18 rows, but I'm calling it a whip. So hopefully I'll get more of that done, but not anytime soon because it is September And September for me, if you're new, means that I do try to use up some of my scraps. Because it's scrappy September. I like some alliteration. Showed you all the socks, and then I realised I hadn't shown you another pair. These are my grape, what did I call them? Grape ape or something like that. They're just shorty socks. Again, just did a little bit of just something different. Fleagle heel. The yarn is Spud and Chloe Stripey Fine, and the toes and heels are Dogwood Heather Stroll by Knit Picks. So again, I made these 2 at a time. I actually finished this on my trip to Dalesford as well. And I couldn't bother doing a long cuff, so I did a rolled cuff, because sometimes that's how I roll. But I do have some socks on the needles. I do have another pair somewhere, but I've only done the toes, so that's not important. So the first pair of socks I've done, this is from my, I actually don't remember the maker's name, something Pop, can't remember. So this yarn I got as a thank you gift at Wool Gathering last year. So what happened was that I was in a fashion parade, and yeah, it was a thank you from Libby and from Karen, and it's saltwater yarns in the colourway Sea Urchin. This is probably how you can see the back. And the toes and heels are Lovebird Lane, but I can't really tell you what the colourway is because I don't know. And you know, because this is just so nice and soft, I had to do some loud toes and heels. And again, I just knit 3 rows and then I purl a row. Again, just for something different. And I'm slowly finishing those off, but so I'll probably just do a few rows a day, because my hand is a bit of a pain in the butt. And the other socks I've started, which I haven't really gotten far, even though I was saying I was going to show you the other ones with the toes. I've just done some toes, and I've started on the first stripe, and the toes are Admiral, but I don't remember the colourway. It's just a blue-green, and their colourways are numbers, so I have no idea. But even though it's a commercially dyed yarn, it's got a bit of tonality to it, which I quite like. And these, I have used this colour in so many different projects. It's 100 grams, obviously, but and that's why it's lasting. But it's just a yarn that keeps on giving. I love it. And the yarn for that is just this one. And I'm just pulling it from the inside and outside of the ball. That's why we've got, it looks like somebody's got like some long snots. Candles. Yeah, so they're basically all I'm doing. So for knitting projects, it's not much. That cardigan that I had started, the vodka lemonade one, I'm going to rip it out. So I'll show you next time. Pretty much got down to just below the waist, and I don't know, I kept on putting it on and it didn't occur to me, and then I put it on, it's way too big up here. So I'm just going to have to rip the whole thing out and start again, because it's going to irritate me. So I'll just knit it a smaller size up here, increase for the boobage, and yeah, we'll see. I've never done that before, increasing for the boobage, for the chesticles. But we'll try and we'll see what's going on. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you do want to see my crochet stuff, I'll load that on the next video. I do have some cows, but I don't know if people are interested in doing knit-alongs and stuff like that, so let me know. I can just close them off. It's no big deal. I'm not heartbroken or anything like that, trust me. And yeah, so if you're doing Scrappy September, let me know what you're trying to work on. A lot of my Scrappy Septembers goes into my mitered square blanket. It then goes into a hexie puff or 2, and then I do a granny square, and then I do a solid granny circle, and then if there's any other leftovers, it then goes into my puffy crochet blanket. Yeah, so that's how I try to finish up all my yarn. That's about it, guys. I don't know what else to say. It's been so long, and I apologise. And every time I film, I always say I'm going to be more regular. So I'll say it again. I'm going to be more regular. Yeah, take care, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.